Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for more Ichinose family. Welcome once again. It's time for the Ichinose family Deadly Sins. I'm finally back on this series, and I actually read multiple chapters because I really wanted to uh, do more than just one. I really want to catch up on this series. So I did four chapters: chapter 24, sorry, 23, 24, 25, 26. Um, didn't really read them and then decided to stop there. I just decided to do four chapters, and that's kind of how it went. So it did end in a good part, started in an awkward position, but oh well. Uh, Chapter 23, I remember reading it, but I never actually reviewed it, so it is what it is. If you haven't done so by now, though, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. There is 22 videos on this series. I want to catch up by the end, hopefully, of next week. I'll be all caught up on this series. So I'll be doing four chapters at a time because I'm like 3 or 4 months behind on this series. So I'm gonna repick it up, get all caught up, and it will be on my list on weekly reviews, and this will be one of them. So until it ends, which I'm not sure it will end soon, but hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Okay. Um, okay, chapter 23. We go on a roller coaster. This all these four chapters, the roller coaster. So Subasa is realizing that the one that has Alzheimer's is actually his grandfather, Kozo, and it seems like he's arguing with his inner self, with what he really is doing in his dream. Is he really doing what's best for him or what's best for the family? Um, and he starts realizing that a lot of the stuff that he does, he's doing it selfishly for himself. Mom and dad are not in the picture anymore. Again, they're out. We have seen them outside of this dream world. Well, he decides that he rather not remember what could, the fact that he remembered that his grandfather is suffering from Alzheimer's is better now. So he rather not remember what's going on in the real world and just be happy. And this triggers for him to wake up what we think is the real world. And I say that because of chapter 26. We got left with questions. So, chapter 24, he wakes up. Mom and dad are in bedside. They're celebrating. They're happy. Um, he kind of goes in a state of like, what the heck is going on? Weren't things worse than I thought? And the parents like, yeah, there was things. The dad was having an affair, but not really, because he wasn't really doing anything physical. He was just kind of having a second family just to have a second family. Um, the mom had food disorder, and they both kind of in those 4 years that he was in a coma, they kind of fixed their problems, and now they're better together. So they try to basically have a better life together. Now, this actually hurts Tsubasa more than it helps. He starts realizing that, or he starts thinking that he's not needed and that he really was never a key mark for the happiness of his parents. So at the end of chapter 24, he tries to commit suicide. Now, he is stopped from his death by Nakajima, his school friend, also bully. Now he's there to apologize to Tsubasa, but also ends up saving him from committing suicide. He then goes on and apologizing, and Tsubasa's like, multiple times I try to fix things with you in my dream, and you know, it is what it is. Um, well, he ends up actually telling Nakajima more about his dreams and what's going on, and they go into detail trying to figure out how is the best way or what is the best way to use that information. And Tsubasa just kind of figures that he has to live his life as happy as possible because that's what he wants. That's the dream that he had, and that's the dream he's going to try to follow. Well, he does. And in all this, we're questioning where's the other members of the family? Well, the little sister, Shiori, shows up and she is hating on Tsubasa. So, chapter 26, it's basically a sibling chapter. They end up fighting so much that they end up bonding, and Tsubasa apologizes for being in a coma for 4 years, but tells her that he's happy that she is safe, she is sound, like she is able to um, still be alive, not be hurt. And she was holding a grudge because it wasn't his fault, but at the same time, he was gone for 4 years, and he didn't live through the arguments and the pain of their parents almost divorcing and all that. So yeah, there was some pain there. Now they do mention at the beginning that she leaves every night and doesn't come back till late hours. The parents just kind of like blow it off. But then Subasa, when she's leaving for that day, says, "Are you gonna go see that old guy again?" And he mentions his name. I forgot what the name is, but he does mention his name. I'm gonna try to get it here. And she is like, "How do you know his name?" And I'm like, "I just I know his name." Um, and he remembers that it is a name that Shuda is the guy that she was seeing, an older guy. He named that, or a thing that came from his dreams. He found out that she was with an older guy through his dreams, not the real world. She goes off saying like, don't mess with what you can't mess with. And we get this weird thing at the end of chapter 26 where we see fake dad Sota once again saying, "Be careful, Subasa, your dream isn't over yet." Um, and there he is. Don't know what that means. I don't know if he's still dreaming, and in his dream, he assumed that he re woke up, but he's actually still in a coma, or and if so, are mom and dad still not aware that he's awake, or are they aware, or don't know what's going on? I at this point, I don't know what reality is. This is why I really, really have enjoyed this series. It's very confusing, but it's very satisfying to just be confused, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm going to continue reading this one. Again, I'll do 27, 28, 29, 30 the next time that I release a video for you guys here. So make sure you guys don't miss it. I will be also reviewing Shoujo Null. So that will be releasing on Mondays. So depending when you watch this video, that video is probably already out. And then next week, I know I'm trying to catch up on this one, but again, Monday I'll release the next Shoujo no chapter review. And whenever I'm caught up on this one, I'll be releasing these on Wednesdays, hopefully. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this, guys. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And I will see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.